Welcome back guys to another GTA video, and in today's one I'm going to be covering the import-export business on the Career Progress, and I'm going to be taking you through each individual tier of that progress and going through how you can actually complete it. So let's jump in there and have a look at the tier 1 requirements. And the first thing is actually owning a vehicle warehouse. Then you need to complete a vehicle cargo mission and complete the special vehicle work. So owning a vehicle warehouse is straightforward enough. If you come up to your office and log on to the computer, you will see the three options. Now the special vehicle work I have covered in a separate video, so I won't be touching on that one at all, and I'll leave the link to that in the description. Now if you click the middle one, which was vehicle cargo, it will take you onto this page and you can access the vehicle warehouse map. Now that's the one that I own, but if you click on the all button, you can see all the available ones and they do vary in price. But I reckon the one that I have, or the one just above me, which is the most expensive one, are one of the two best ones to have. Mainly because you've got that close access to the highway, and that makes selling the vehicles a hell of a lot easier. But once you've purchased your vehicle warehouse, you can go back onto the summary page and we can start up a vehicle cargo mission or a source vehicle mission. And once you click on source vehicle, you will back out of the computer and it will direct you out of your office. And you'll also get a message through giving you the details of the vehicle that you're trying to source. There is another method in which you can source the vehicle cargo, and that is through your Terabyte if you have one. If you walk up to the computer screen here, you can see in the bottom left of the screen there is the vehicle cargo option, and by clicking on that and confirming, it does the same thing. So your assistant will give you a call, and it will normally pop up with, there we are, the message giving you the details of the car you have to source. So jumping back into the tier 2 requirements, you do need to source all vehicles for one collector, sell one vehicle in perfect condition, and sell 5 vehicles to specialist dealers. Now to sell your vehicles, you do need to go to your vehicle warehouse and access the computer there. You then click the vehicle that you want to sell and click on specialist. Now that will give you the most profit and will help towards tier 4 requirements as well. Now you can sell vehicles in a public lobby or in an invite only, a friend lobby, but I would recommend that you do it in a public lobby, simply because it's a lot easier. In an invite only or friend only lobby, you do get enemies spawning and they will invariably end up damaging the vehicle. And as you can see, I got that one sold in perfect condition to meet that requirement. And you do need to sell 5 further vehicles to meet the tier 2 requirement to sell to specialist dealers. But ultimately the tier 4 requirement is selling 50 perfect condition to specialist vehicles. Now that one will take you a little bit of time. But moving on and having a look at tier 3 requirements, we have complete 25 vehicle cargo missions or source 25 vehicles, fill a vehicle warehouse with 40 stolen vehicles, and complete all special vehicle works. Now I wouldn't recommend filling the vehicle warehouse straight away with the 40 stolen vehicles, as it does have an impact for collecting for every collector later on in tier 4. But as you can see, I did stupidly go ahead and fill up my vehicle warehouse first of all with the 40 different vehicles or 40 vehicles. And taking a look at tier 4, the top one is source all vehicles for all collectors, and that is the reason you do not want to fill your vehicle warehouse straight away with all 40 vehicles. I will go on and explain why you don't want to do that, but just to finish off the rest of the tier 4 requirements, you do need to complete all special vehicle works on hard difficulty. You do need to sell, like I said earlier, the 50 vehicles in perfect condition and earn 25 million from selling vehicle cargo. As you can see, I am still working on that one. That one is going to take some time, as it will take anywhere between 200 and 300 vehicle sales just to meet that 25 million requirement. Now, like I was explaining earlier, the reason you do not want to fill your vehicle warehouse early is because of the collection. As you can see here, I'm actually getting rid of one of the Coquette Classics as I have two of them. And if you have overfilled your warehouse before completing the collection, you do want to get rid of any duplicates, but only the ones that are not in your collection. So as you can see here, I've got two Banshees. The one with the Howler number plate is in my collection, so I'm going to get rid of the other one. And you eventually want to drop that down to 32 vehicles. Once you've got 32 vehicles, they will all be different vehicles. There will be no duplicates, and they will all correspond with one of the vehicles in the collection, albeit it may have a different number plate. But once you're down to that 32 vehicles, you want to pick a collection. I'm going to pick this one here, and the car I should have here is the 811 with the number plate Slick. If you go back to your export tab and find the 811, you can see it does not have the number plate Slick, so I'm going to sell this one. That will drop me down to 31 vehicles, but once I've sold it, I can then source another vehicle, and you are guaranteed that the vehicle you will source will be an 811. So as soon as you've sold that vehicle, you either want to go to your office or jump into your Terabyte and source another vehicle cargo. And like I say, you will be guaranteed to get an 811. The only thing that you won't be guaranteed of is the number plate. There are 3 or 4 different number plates for each vehicle, and you may need to sort of quit out and then go back in. You can see here I didn't get the number plate that I needed, so I'm just going to change session, jump back into my Terabyte again. There may be a 1 or 2 minute wait for you to source another one, but once you source it, you should get another 811 vehicle, and this time we do get the number plate that we require. Now, you may need to quit out a couple of times. I think the most that I changed session was 4 times before I got the number plate that I needed, but it can also happen straight away. As soon as you change into that first session, it can give you the vehicle that you need straight away. And once you've got that vehicle, you just repeat the process. Now, there may be a delay, or there probably will be a delay, depending on how long it took you to source it before you can sell another vehicle.
All right, we are good on that one. If you want to source another vehicle, come by the office.
But like I say, you just go back onto the laptop and repeat the process. So you're going to go into your collection, select the collection and the car that you're wanting next, and take a note of the number plate that you need. So it's the Bestia, and we need the number plate Beastie. As you can see, this one here has got the number plate Stealth, and we're going to click export and sell it. That will put us down to 31 vehicles in our vehicle warehouse, and when we go to source the next vehicle, we are guaranteed to source the Bestia GTS. And it's the same process. If you don't get the correct number plate, it's the Beastie one that we're looking for, you can simply quit out the session, find a new session. But luckily enough, first time we found the Beastie number plate, we go and collect that vehicle and deliver it back to the warehouse. You then repeat that process for every vehicle that you need from the collection until you have sourced all the vehicles for all the collectors. Moving on to the 50 vehicles that you need to sell in perfect condition to specialist dealers. I'm just going to go over a couple of things that I do while I always sell in a public lobby, and that is, as you can see here, I'll just pause it there. You can see I've already activated Imani's out of sight, and that covers the vehicle warehouse and a good stretch up the motorway there, which means I don't need to activate the Ghost or call Lester until I'm leaving that out of sight area. And unfortunately I did jump the gun a little bit with this sale, and Ghost wasn't available for a further 2 minutes, and Lester at the time wasn't available, so I just pulled up and parked up right here and just sat for about 30 seconds to a minute until I knew that I could call Lester as I was leaving the out of sight area.
If it isn't my creepy silent friend. How can I help?
So leaving it at this point here, I knew I was still in the out of sight area, so I didn't need to phone Lester, but I was prepared to phone him just before I leave the out of sight area. And if you have a look at the mini map, you can see the out of sight area coming up. I'm just going to activate the off the radar by Lester just as I'm leaving it.
Okay, I can deal with it. There, you'll have a minute.
And by the time that minute runs out, my ghost should be available to activate as well. And as you can see, just coming up to here, my ghost becomes active, so I can put it on, and that gives me a further 3 minutes to easily reach the destination. You can use this method using Imani's out of sight, the ghost organisation and Lester's off the radar to get to the furthest delivery locations without showing up on the map once, and that keeps you hidden away from everyone else in the session. So easy sales in the public sessions, and once you've done the 50 you'll get the pop-up giving you the notification that you have met that requirement.
This is huge. We got a sale. Great job out there.
And that will only leave you the requirement of earning 25 million from the vehicle sales, which, like I said, will take some time. But if you concentrate on selling the top range vehicles, that will get you the most amount of money. But that is it for me for today. If you did enjoy the video or did find it useful, do leave a like, and if you are new here, why not consider subscribing. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.